Hey guys, Yoduvh Essentials here. Today's video is a DIY tutorial on how to make a swirl table. I'll be starting off with a poster board and cutting out strips from the board. These strips will be used for the top of the table. This is a requested video that someone had made a while back, and I decided to just go ahead and make the table because I have most of the items at home, and I ended up spending just $5 for this project. I'll be using gold tape to cover up the strips. Now you can also use washi gold tapes.
If you're new to my channel, it's so great to have you here. Now don't forget to click on the subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos.
As I was getting the main item that I'll be using for this project, I came across this board that was in the bin that holds little pieces of wood that are sold at discounted rates. Now this one was free because it was small and I got it from Home Depot. I'm gonna cut a circular shape out of this that's gonna be for the top of the table. Now that I have my round board, I'm going to be gluing on the strip that I just covered with a gold tape around it. I'll be drawing my own marble design at the top using a silver metallic paint. I'm using a thin Bristol brush to give me the kind of pattern that I want for my marble design. I'll be making some of the lines thicker than the others. I'm going to stop here, wait for it to dry, and then seal it off with a gloss Mod Podge. I'll be using wood that is of this measurement for the design that's going to be on the table. These pieces are the ones that I had at home, and you would notice that the names are different. This is the one that I got from the store. The one I showed you guys earlier is actually much more smoother, and like I said, I already had that one at home. So I got two pieces of the other type, which is not as smooth as the one that I had at home, but I'll use it anyway, and when I'm done with it, I will sand it down. I cut them all, and now I'm going to be gluing them together. This is a 10 inches round wooden board that I have at home, and this is going to be the base. This is a regular wood glue that is strong, but not thick enough. Because of the design, I'm going to need something that's much thicker, like this adhesive caulk. That's going to give me an instant grab when I'm making the pattern for this design. Using this is less stressful on your hands when you're using a caulk gun. I'll be applying the caulk now to the first piece of wood, and this is going to sit at the middle of the board. The second piece of wood is going to be slightly tilted to the side, and it's going to be somewhat halfway to the one that's at the bottom, and on the other side as well, halfway to the one that's at the bottom. And I'm going to be following this pattern till I get to the very top. Because the adhesive caulk is just holding them together, it's not permanently bonded yet. So you're gonna have to make sure that you're extra careful to just hold the piece that's at the top, which you just glued, to the one that's directly at the bottom, to avoid exerting too much pressure to the ones that's at the bottom that could cause it to fall apart. So it's really important that you just have pressure mounted on the wood that you are attaching with the one that's directly at the bottom, and making sure that it's also attached halfway to the one that's at the bottom, and going on and on till you get to the last piece. When I was done, I let it dry overnight. This is really strong, you guys. I was a little bit skeptical about the pattern and wasn't sure if it would serve as a table, but to my surprise, it's actually really strong and sturdy, because of the way the pattern actually meets at the middle when you get to the top. So it kind of like forms a balance somewhere in the middle. I'm just sanding down some of the wood pieces that I used that were rough before I spray painted gold. I spray painted it gold and left the bottom part. I'm going to be painting the bottom part black so that I can make another marble design there. I applied 3 coats of black paint before making the marble design with a silver metallic paint. When I was done with this, I let it dry and then used the same gloss spray paint that I used for the other one to serve as a protective layer for the top. I have a lot of PVCs at home, so I used one to make another table. Now, as you can see, it's white because I'm using PVC lattices, and when I was done, I spray painted it gold. And the marble design that I did at the beginning of the video is what I used at the top for this table. And at the bottom, I used marble contact paper that I already had at home. So what I did was to use the same marble contact paper on another round piece of wood that will be for the second table. So this is another way to have a marble design on top without painting. I'm attaching this with a strong adhesive and nails, and I'll be covering up the parts where the nails show with paint. This one is slightly bigger than the first one that I showed you guys. Now this is how both of them look like together. One where I used the PVC is the one at the left, and it's slightly smaller because the wooden pieces are a lot thicker than the PVC pieces. I'm so glad that I have 2 of these. Now I used lattices because I already had that at home, but the wooden pieces are a lot cheaper than the PVC lattices, but both of them look really pretty and I'm happy with the way they all turned out. This was a fun idea and I'm really happy I picked up the request, and I hope you all enjoyed this DIY process as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I have other home decor DIY videos that are linked in the description box below to check them out, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button.